Welcome to In Hindsight, where we showcase local New Mexico. I am your host, Day,
I'm Michaela.
I'm Vivek.
and we talk also about the hot topics and also, are you the a-hole? So, for New Mexico stuff that you guys usually do, is there like things that like stands out that like people don't think like, oh, that's a New Mexico thing? Because like, I think people know about like the balloon festival, but what I realize is that only my friends on the West Coast knows about the balloon festival. Like my friends from New York and Charleston, they're like, what the hell is that? You know, like I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
So I think it's like some things are like regional. So like, what are the things that you think like it's like a very very New Mexico that you think people would know but you don't?
You know that event in Santa Fe? What is it called?
Where they burst? Yeah,
Oh.
Zorba.
Zazora.
Zazora.
Yes.
Zazora.
Have you been to that one?
Yes.
How was that?
Zazobra. He came to correct us.
Oh, Zorba.
Zazobra.
Zazobra, okay.
Zazobra.
I've only been once, and I was younger. It's like the Burning Man.
Yes,
it's like
that's
the
what I
Burning
thought
Man of
too.
Mexico. Yes.
Yeah.
I've
like,
heard about it. I've never been, but
I wanted to go this year, but like I forgot about it. And then when I remember, it was the day of, because I was thinking of like, because I know like they said like you can take the train, and then the train runs a little bit later, so you don't have to literally have, because like Santa Fe parking is like ridiculously expensive,
yes.
and also hard because it's like such a small town.
It's a small town. Oh, the thing that's actually New Mexican. It's not New Mexican, but okay. Powwow.
Powwow. Have you
It's
been to the
coming up.
powwows?
No.
What
It's
is that
coming
one?
up. It's April, end of April. It's a gathering of the nations. I went last year with my son and a couple of his kids from his school. It's amazing. So all these tribes come together. They do their traditional dances. The food is amazing.
Where do they host
Amazing.
that?
So last time it was at the convention center here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where it is this time because I just saw the sign for it today driving on the 40.
Okay, we
There's
all
a
need
sign
to
there.
go.
So we need to go.
We
yes.
all need to go. Yeah.
It's April, I think the 22nd weekend. I need to check. I need to confirm, but
Okay.
okay. Yeah.
I think that'd be kind
But
of fun too,
that's
because
that'll
like,
fun. Yes.
yeah, because like my husband's parents are coming for his birthday, and his birthday is April 21st.
Okay.
So they're coming like that around that weekend. I
perfect.
always wanted to go, but like I haven't really like done it. I didn't know that they have food.
Oh, they have food.
I'm going now.
Yeah.
For
They-
sure.
They have food. The special, the one that I remember specifically was the lemonade. And it reminded me of the lemonade that I used to drink in India, like the homemade lemonade. Because the store-bought ones are,
Yeah.
but the one there was amazing. That's the one I remember. But there was also food. There's, like tribal food, things like that. Yeah, I think it's a great event to go to.
Yeah.
That-
I've seen
that's-
like videos for like powwows and stuff. I think it's
Yeah.
really cool because like they have like different styles. They have the ones with like the hula hoop kind of. I mean, I know it's not a hula hoop, but it looks like a hula hoop, and they like stack them. That kind of thing, and then they all have like different styles of dancing for like
The
different
dancing.
like Native American tribes.
Yes.
I didn't know they have food. I mean, now I'm definitely going
Yes.
because like I think like Native American food is like not very common.
It's not, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like we were talking about it in a previous show, right? There's this restaurant called Itality, which
Yeah.
they do Native American vegetarian food. And here in the powwow, it's much more variety. It's much more variety. So it's
I
nice
didn't.
you have to go.
yeah.
I'll
We'll
have
go
to
together.
definitely
We'll go
try.
together. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now we gotta
Yes.
make a date
Yes.
out of it.
Yes, yes.
Because like I know for like one when my family was here, they got stuck in COVID when everything was closed, and we were trying to find like activities beside the
do-
mall.
yeah.
We did what are those things like you slide off of like really really high mountain, and then you have like that round thing. It's not sledding. What is it?
Is it on
called?
snow?
Yes. So like there's a
The tubing.
place tubing.
Tubing.
So like there's a place 3 to 4 hours from here where like they have like 5 different like you slide on it, but they also have like it's really cool. It's like the little escalator on the side, so you don't climb up. You just like ride your escalator with your little tubing, and then you just like ride it all the way. I mean the lines are long. I mean it takes us
course,
like 30 to
course.
45 minutes to like one slide.
Yeah.
But like my nephews are like they were like amazed by it because they're from Charleston. It doesn't snow there, right? So like they it was like they have like a really really high top hill, and it's like some of them are like higher than the others or like steeper than the others. But like you just like you go there, you pay for the admission, and then you can just like do it
Okay.
from whenever they open till they close.
Yeah.
And then they have like little cute like little igloo tents that you can rent to like sit and whatever. We didn't want to rent it
Oh,
because
you
it
know
was too
what? I feel
expensive.
like I've definitely heard of this.
Have you heard of that
Yeah.
one? Yeah. So like we did that.
It's like a good way to get.
You
kids
need to bring
get
your
tired.
son there because
Yes.
like my nephews just went.
Okay,
like,
I'm gonna look it
crazy.
up. I'm gonna look it up.
I'm gonna go look
Yes.
like the ticket that we bought, like what website it was,
Okay.
because we were planning on going to Denver
Uh-huh.
at that time, but because it was COVID,
Everything was closed, yeah.
I mean everybody always do the snowboarding and all that stuff in the mountains in Denver
Yes,
anyways,
yes.
because my husband's sister, her kids does it, and at the time they were all under 5.
Uh-huh.
But they
So
do
it's
it
like-
every year because like they
Yeah.
can rent the equipment. They necessarily don't have to buy it. And
Yeah.
then when they grow older, they can just like rent the other bigger ones, you know?
equipment,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like we were thinking of just like, oh, my nephews would love that because you know they don't have that in Charleston. But like it was like sold out
Of course.
because it was
Of
COVID
course.
and literally
It's
there
like
was
the only thing open during that time. Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So like we were just like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? I mean, we have to do something. So like my husband found that thing like 3 to 4 hours away, and then
Okay.
we went there. And then you can also buy like to make like like the marshmallow things and make like graham. Like they have like fire pits.
Nice.
On,
That sounds very interesting.
Yeah,
That's
and
very
they have.
interesting.
I mean, like they have like food stalls.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not the best food. I mean, it's like hot dogs and nachos,
Okay.
but like you know
Okay.
what? I mean, it's not gonna be, you know. But like they had like a couple of food trucks.
Okay.
Yeah, so like we had like we had like so they have like tables and fire pits when you wanted to like get like warmer. And like I said, it's like you don't climb up to the hills. It was like it's like a really cool escalator where you like bring your
The
tubing
tube,
thing,
yeah,
the
yeah.
round
That
thing.
sounds really fun.
tube.
Yeah, so it's just like my family is coming again this December, and my nephew is just like, we're going to that thing, right? Like we're going to that thing that we went like last time, and I'm just like,
Feel like
yeah,
we're ready.
of course, sure,
Preparing.
yeah, yeah. But the thing is, like, there's nothing around there but like that tubing place. So what we're gonna try to see is like maybe something around like maybe an hour or 2 away from there
Okay.
that we can like stop by on the way or on the way back. So it's still like another activity. But I really felt like that was the coolest thing.
I was going to say, I think, again, one thing that's uniquely New Mexican is white sands on a full moon
I was
night.
just going to say that. I swear, I was like white sands.
Have you done it, Michaela?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like for that, it's like, can you like I've thought it? Can you rent like ATVs or something to like ride around the thing?
Not on white sands, I don't think so.
Oh,
No,
you
but
can't.
you can do the
You could do like
the
boarding.
sleds.
Yeah, and like stuff like that. I've
Yeah.
personally never seen that get done. I don't think so because I think you
I
have to
don't
go
think
through like
ATV.
security
I
and
don't think
stuff,
ATV
right?
is allowed.
Oh, okay.
No, but if you're going to white sands, you have to go on a full moon night, because on a
Oh.
full moon night they're open till later. Okay.
Oh, I didn't even know they were open that late.
And the white of the white sands and the full moonlight, it's
reflects.
surreal. It's surreal. It's
Yeah,
like
it's really cool.
it's really, really cool. So full moon night on, and the other thing that you can do, which I have not done yet, is there are places in New Mexico where there is no light pollution.
Yes,
So you can go.
can camp there.
You can camp there, and then if you look at the sky in the night, wow, it's just amazing. It's just amazing.
I've
Yeah.
seen that one. I
Yeah.
bookmark it because like my family. So my nephews are coming for the summer,
Mm,
but like their parents, like my sister and her husband, are coming on December.
okay.
Like because like her husband can't take that many days
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
So like for the summer, I was thinking like because I'm not a camp person,
Mm.
you know, I like having a bathroom,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
So like, but I was just like, well, I'll do like maybe camping for like 2 days, maybe, you know, I can do it for 2 days.
Okay.
So I'm thinking like we'll go to like there is like a specific spot where like
Yes.
like you said it's like you see the sky and like literally you see like
There's
the
nothing
stars
else.
and
Yes.
the Milky Way and everything.
Yes.
I think that would be like really really amazing. I think my nephews would love it.
So that reminds me. Okay, I have a question for you guys. Okay, when do we see more, in the light or in the dark?
I'm gonna
Think
say
about it.
I think in the dark probably.
Think about it. We like the first reaction would be, oh yeah, I see
See
more in the
light.
light. But really, if you think about it, you see more in the dark, right?
Yeah.
So so you can also translate that to life, right? Like when we are down in life, when it's the lowest point in our life, that's when it gives us strength, and that's when we can see more, and we can chart a path for ourselves. Usually, we tend to run away from the dark side of
Things,
life,
yeah.
right? And
I
so,
like that.
yeah, it's like, I don't know. I just got that thought.
So you said you've been to White Sands, like so like can you like do tubing? There's there places that you can rent the thing, or you have to bring it yourself.
You have to bring everything yourself.
Oh, you have to
But
bring everything.
in
yourself.
Alamgodo, you can actually go to like Big Five and things like that, and you can rent. Can you rent from Big Five? I don't know. But I remember Big Five, they were selling it for like $5 or something.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So you could like rent from another place and bring it, maybe.
Okay,
No,
but-
there is a spot right at the entrance where you can buy, but you know, like everything else, if you
Be
buy it there, it's
expensive.
much more expensive compared to
Oh.
if you bring it in.
Yeah. No, because like I've always, because like we went to like not White Sands. It was in Colorado. They also have like the sand thing.
Mm.
I mean, it was cool, but we don't have anything to like slide around. I mean, I was also with like my in-laws, so I don't think they were gonna do that kind of activity anyways. But like I've always seen it, and like I thought it's just I don't know if like you rent stuff there, or you. So like, where do you guys park? And do you guys park and then you walk to the place? Like, how does it work?
You kind of like drive into it a little bit,
Yeah.
and then there's parking and just kind of go
You,
wherever.
you,
like-
you park, and then the sand dunes are right in front of you, and you just walk in.
yeah.
Okay. Is it
Yeah.
expensive for the entrance?
It's free.
No.
I think it's free.
Is it?
Or maybe, I don't remember actually.
I know. I'm like, I don't remember too much information
Oh,
about
okay.
it, like in depth.
And maybe it's entrance by the car, like you pay by the car. or
car?
Yeah, I
something,
think you
or
did
just
have to
like-
pay parking.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I mean, I see that because like.
Have you never been to White Sands?
No.
Okay.
You
I've
have to
never.
go. You
Yeah.
have to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not going in a full moon on winter, but
Yeah.
maybe
Winter gets too late.
I think
cold,
maybe in the summer,
Summer,
like we'll
yes.
do it with my nephews.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's just I think it's like a really cool idea. But I just didn't know like do I bring like you know what I mean like do I bring equipment? Can I rent equipment there? Because like we also have like we have a small car.
Mm.
We're thinking of buying like an SUV also, but like you don't want to like pack so
No.
much stuff. You know what I mean? Because like then you gotta put it in, take it out, and it's also if you have kids, like you know.
Yeah,
The
I
other
get to
thing-
carry it around far.
I was gonna say the other thing. Have you guys been to the Kiwani's cabin on top of the Sandia crest?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you go on the crest and then you walk like a little bit, and then this stone cabin, and
Yes.
then you look out. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh, that is
It's
cool. Yeah.
gorgeous. It's really gorgeous there.
I need to like try because it seems like I haven't really been exploring New Mexico as much as we could.
I guess that's another thing we could mention about New Mexico is like there's a lot of stuff to do here.
Oh, yes. So what amazes me about New Mexico is the variety of nature that's there. Right. So you have the Sandia, you have the White Sands, you have Carlsbad Caverns.
Oh, I love
Right,
Carlsbad
you have
too.
Bisty Badlands, you have Taos, and then you might like, what's that place? The Bandelier National Monument. Like so many different things are here. Most
Yeah.
people don't know about it. It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's really interesting.
like-
Yeah. So like now I know it's just like, 'cause like I say, it's like I'm trying to find like activities for my nephews,
Mm.
but they're also like not nature people. But I think also because like they don't
Didn't
have the
explore.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Because like when they go to the because like they usually go to the Philippines like every other year or two.
Mm.
Because my sister's husband, my brother-in-law, all of his family is still there. So like that's the only way like his family can see the kids.
How old are your nephews?
They're 13 and 10.
Oh, they're older. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So,
like, if they like indoor stuff, you know, there's in town here. There's archery. There is that Art Attack. Have you been to that Art Attack shop? Art
No.
Attack.
Oh, I love that place.
You
What
go
is it?
there. Yeah, you stop
you
it.
buy like a piece of pottery and you can paint the pottery and then they like what is it called? Like
Glaze
laminate
it,
or
glaze
glaze
it,
it.
yeah. Oh,
It's really
okay.
cool. I actually have like a mermaid piece from there and like a few mugs.
Mm.
oh, okay.
Yeah, the one that so I haven't been to. I've been to Art Attack just to check it out. We haven't really gone there as a family yet. But there's a place in Santa Fe. It's called Prairie Dog Glass Blowing. Okay, and you go there, you know like sign up for a class for an hour or something, and they will actually help you blow glass pieces. And then
That's cool.
the next day you can bring them home. So they need a day to cool off, but the next day you can bring them home. And I have 4 pieces. Like we went as a family, we all did 1, and then my son did 2, and they're really cool. It's a cool experience
Yeah.
to do.
Because it's
For
something
them,
you
they
keep.
love the nephews
Yeah.
will love them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I've been seeing those around a lot too to like buy for like your house.
Uh-huh.
And I've been
Yeah.
like wanting something, so that'd be cool to go make
Yeah.
make your own piece.
And
And
it's
then
like-
you can say, "Oh, I made this."
yeah.
It's really personal. I think it's also like it's just like not just other people. Because like when people think like when I talk to people outside of New Mexico, you know, especially like I have friends in like New York and Denver, and
Yeah.
they'll just be like, "Well, what's in New Mexico?" You know, and then sometimes I don't know because I really don't know. I haven't. I guess it's my fault also for not like you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's that, yes. I was going to say, like, for your nephews who are coming in, the thing that they could do, wait, I just had the thought and then now it's passed. 'Cause
Like,
what was I going to say? A cool thing for them to do. Oh, Meow Wolf. Meow Wolf.
No,
That's
but
what I
no,
was thinking. Meow Wolf.
I'm definitely
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
them there because like
Yeah.
we are also planning on going to Denver for a couple days, and
Okay.
I haven't seen the Meow Wolf in Denver because it's completely different. It's a grocery store
What?
setup. Yeah, so like it's a grocery
It's
store
set up
setup.
as
So it's set up like a grocery store, and like I want to know like what they have.
yeah.
Because like when the last time I went to Meow Wolf with a friend of mine that was visiting town, I definitely made sure she were there. They did change a couple of the rooms a little bit.
Okay.
Like I could tell there's just like, oh, this room used to be like, like this thing
Yeah.
and like this room. Because I do know like they changed a little bit of like most of the
What's-
stuff are like the same. They can't change it because it's like a house in the front.
Yeah.
it takes
Right. So, but like I also want to go to the one in Denver because like I wonder like, ooh, what is
What
this
is the
style?
installation here?
And there's one in Las Vegas too.
What?
because they're all like little storylines. Like you
Yeah.
can follow the storyline portion
I
of
thought
it.
like Santa Fe was the only one, but yeah.
No, they
Like
just
they're
just
expanding?
They expanded.
Wow.
They opened in Denver 2 years ago,
Okay.
or it's one or the other.
Mm.
But like they opened one in Vegas and then they opened one in Denver.
Mm.
But, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's
So, yeah.
really cute.
Now we all
Cute
gotta like
place.
start hanging out and doing like fun stuff in New Mexico.
Sounds interesting. Yeah.
I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm learning a bunch of new things. And I've
Yeah.
lived here all my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's like we're gonna learn stuff from Michaela and we'll learn stuff from Vivek.
Also in the summer, right now it's closed, but there's a downtown growers market that happens here every
Yes,
Saturday
yeah.
morning or something like that.
The
Right now it's
farmers
closed, but
market.
the farmers market.
Yeah. I love farmers market. It's so expensive, but I love it. I do love it. So, and for like a lot of the things that are like happening today, especially in social media, I mean, I think like for people that are from the States, they don't understand how like, calling some things different is okay, right? It's called like,
Like what- give me an example.
appropriation kind of thing.
Okay. Say
Right.
more.
So like we have these things where like certain culture will call like let's just say like the braids, right? So like there was like a specific like African culture braids that are like specific for that thing, and then they would like call it a different thing, right? Because if they're like maybe
Yes.
Hispanics or whites or Asian
Yes.
or anything, and then like there is like this thing of I think people are scared of the word like appropriation because then they also feel like well I can't do anything anymore,
Yeah.
right? But I think that's also the extreme. But I mean, there's always going to be extreme of everything. So like the really, really big thing that's happening right now is food appropriation, especially for like content creators. Because I mean, eventually you're going to run out of ideas, right? I mean, even as a chef, like sometimes like right now, me and my husband are like, we don't want to eat anything because we've eaten every single thing in the world. Literally everything. So, so like one of the food bloggers, Half Baked Harvest, she was trying to like, I don't know if you guys know banh mi.
But yeah.
Banh mi is like it's one of the most popular Vietnamese dishes.
Okay.
So most people think of Vietnamese, it's pho, because pho is really big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So banh mi is kind of like maybe like the third or the fourth. It's like a sandwich. So it's like a sandwich. So like it's more of like almost like a Vietnamese French fusion, and they called it a banh mi. So what it is like when the French colony went to Vietnam, of course they leave some of their culture behind.
Cross-cultural thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like one of those things is like bread, because bread is really not an Asian thing. I mean, we do like we have naan
We
and all
do-
that stuff,
yeah,
but we don't. But we don't do
Baked
like
breads? No.
no,
not
but we
really.
don't
Yeah.
do like baked breads, or we don't have like cinnamon rolls. Like,
Oh.
we don't have this like crazy amount of breads, right? We also don't eat it every day. Like our food is very stapled: rice, vegetables, seafood, whatever the protein is very popular in that country.
Yeah.
So like banh mi is like a really really big like Vietnamese dish. Like it's probably one of the most comparable popular dish for Vietnamese food. So when the food colony left, like they left behind bread. So of course like after the war, there wasn't a lot of resources, but because of like the lower class, they were like cooking and making those breads for like the higher ups, for like the military,
Oh, wow.
and for like like the French people that were like living at a time through colonization. They learned how to make it, so they tried to own to like infuse it with their culture by using Vietnamese like food, dishes, and
Flavors.
protein and
Yeah.
spices and stuff. So even though bread is a very big like French, European, westernized thing, they kind of made it more like Vietnamese twist to it. So I think I've talked to you about it where like I saw like a little cute like 1 minute video where like, this little white creator, decided to like fried, a tortilla, like,
Yeah.
those little small taco tortillas, that, the little small tacos, and she like put stuff on it. And she was like, well, I just invented flat tacos. I introduce you flat tacos, And, like sometimes it is kind of funny, like, haha, you
Yeah.
invent, it's really, like, because like you say, it's like, it's really hard to invent.
Yeah, it's hard to invent anything these days.
Yeah. So it's just like to be also like original is also even harder, because it's always gonna be like even as a chef, like when I see like Gordon Ramsay and like he's take on like a lot of like the Asian dishes or whatever, and he's always just like mine's better than like I'm just like. No, it's never gonna be better, my little cute British person. You know what I mean? Because like your palate is completely
It's
different.
different, yeah.
Yeah, because like I mean, I see his show sometimes, and like he will go to like that specific, and then sometimes like his food is not the best and a little bit butthurt. That's just like but it's just like but he will be like like, but this is a little bit like it's a little bit more of an upgrade, like making this kind of hierarchy of like, no, your pho is second best. You know what I mean? Because like you're in Vietnam. Your pho is never gonna be number one because this
Exactly.
guy has been making pho for like 45 something years.
Not
That's like-
45 years, it's generations.
Yeah.
It's generations.
a lot of
right?
those
It's like-
recipes too are like
Yeah,
passed
passed
down
down.
from like
Yeah.
families to families, like
Yeah.
because like I know for like Indians, like people think it's just like, oh, curry is curry, but like curry is not only regional, it's not only by its own city, but it's also like by families. Because like I remember
Yes.
by learning it from culinary school that they said like each family will have a 7 to 8 different spices that they would
Will
mix,
mix,
and
yeah.
like they would like
Wow.
they perfected
Yes.
the balance of, so like your neighbor's curry will be different from your
But-
curry.
yeah,
100%.
absolutely, absolutely.
I feel like that's with anything though. Like you can go to someone's house and you have your favorite of that same food from a certain someone or a certain house on holidays. Like
Yes.
you know who makes the best what. Like
Yes.
it's based off recipes or ingredients that have been passed down.
So one part is the recipes, right? But I think the other part also is
The
like,
love.
The love.
The
yeah,
love.
yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. I would say the love. Yeah. Like, why do we remember grandma's food, right? It's
Yeah.
because of the love that she pours into that
She
recipe.
genuinely is gonna
It's
force
like-
you to eat it, so she wants it to be good.
And then like it was, at the beginning it was a habit, and then now it's like, I want that cookie. Like what kind of grandma cookies today? I think
Yeah.
also like I don't want to like put it out there. I think like I mean the comment sometimes is even funnier because like another comment, but she was just like, well, excuse me, Christina Columbus, you invent nothing. She was just like I don't even know what you're thinking, but like I think that's a tostada. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but I think that's a tostada.
Yeah, like something
Yeah,
that's known
yeah.
already.
I think the problematic thing is just like when people had this kind of like a little bit of audacity to think like, oh, if I put like lime juice in there, it's now mine. Like it's now propriety.
Yeah,
And it's
when
like putting,
things-
exactly, like putting like 1 or 2 ingredients to like an existing recipe
Yeah.
does not automatically now it's yours, right?
It reminds me of, there's this company, I think it was in Texas, I don't remember, they were trying to patent turmeric. Like,
Yeah.
hello?
It's a spice. It's
Hello?
like, that's like patenting salt. You can't patent salt.
Like,
You know what I
we-
mean?
Adding salt.
like people have been using it for thousands of
Yeah.
years for all sorts of different things.
Yeah. I mean, you can
It's like-
have like different companies, right? Brand names, like
Yeah.
when you think of salt, you think of like Horton with the little girl with the umbrella.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's like a lot of like other salt that you can buy that's cheaper, but everybody's gonna buy the little blue box. Everybody knows the blue box.
Yes.
But salt is salt, and I think that's the problem of like creators trying to just be like it's okay to like sometimes not be original, right? I feel like we try so hard to be like, oh, I'm like the original creator.
I think this is more like a, if you look at especially the American society, right? It's very individualistic, like individual focused. but the cultures from the East, the Far East, they're more interdependent. But here it's much more individualistic. Oh, I have to stand out. I have to be different from others. Look at the whole yoga industry, right? Yoga came from India, but there are people doing sheep yoga and dog yoga. I'm
Oh
like,
my gosh.
come on.
Hot yoga. and
Hot
then
yoga. Oh,
cold
don't get me
yoga.
started on hot yoga. Like, if you talk about yoga, right? There are 8 limbs to yoga, and the postures is only one of them, and people forget about all the other 7. And so, what you're getting here, especially in America, in most of the yoga places, is 1/8 of. It's not even like the.
I feel like it's more like a hobby at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, like on one
It's a
side,
trend. It's what it is.
no, on one side, I'm actually happy that it's become so popular because yoga has answers to many of the pressing problems we have in our society today. But at the same time, sometimes I'm like, what you're doing is not quite yoga, but okay, fine. Right? Like,
Well, I think
so
also
it's
that's
like-
why like it's really hard because like when you, especially for like immigrants, right? So like we do have a sense of like 2 cultures within us.
Yeah.
Right, because we have like kind of like a loyalty to the culture that we have
Yeah,
or our
definitely.
families have, but we're also like I know for a fact that I'm like I am not like 100% Filipino because my mom makes fun of my food because she's just like this is not Filipino food. You put peas on this, and like I happen to love peas. Of course I'm gonna put peas in it. Like, yeah, but the original recipe doesn't have peas. But I'm like, but I love peas, and it makes sense with
You're
the
like,
dish.
it's my recipe.
Yeah,
Not
she's
the
like,
original one.
she's like,
Original one.
yeah, she'll be like, you chefified it. Like, it's like a chefified Filipino food.
This is like an example. She's an example of like what she was just talking about.
Yeah.
Creating a different
Creating
dish
a
by like
different
adding or
dish.
taking
Yeah,
away.
but I
one
don't
thing.
say it's just like, I don't say like, I created a new menudo. No, I just put peas in it. Most people do. I happen to, my husband hates peas, but I love peas. But, I just happen to do it. So like, even between me and my mom's like Filipino cooking, there's
It's
definitely like a difference too, because also like my palate is also a little bit more Americanized. And I also travel.
Yeah.
And I probably like more saltier stuff than my mom. That is also generational,
I was going to say, we've been talking about food, especially Vietnamese food. And I'm like, after I get out of here, I want to go to Koda Bakery. Have you guys tried the banh mi there?
The one near Talon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's just, I
Those
think,
guys are moving,
oh, they are.
They found a bigger place.
I mean, good for them, because
Yeah,
like their
yeah.
stuff is really, really good. I love their pastries and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think also like that's the problem. I feel like there is like a sense of pride when something gets big.
For sure.
I mean, it's like a love and hate, because then you're just like, oh no, this thing is gonna get expensive, right? Because like now it's too popular. Because like ube is getting big. Like
Ube is
I
getting
think
big.
you've seen like purple anything right now.
Yeah.
But people don't forget, it's just like also with something that grows so big so fast, the legitimacy of the product
Yes.
is also questioned,
The quality.
right?
Quality
Because
goes down,
yeah, because like the Philippines is like a little tiny island.
Yeah.
Like if you guys look at it, we're not even the size of like New York, I think. Like we're like so tiny.
Maybe a
And
little
we're-
bigger, but okay.
And we're also
Yeah.
like, but the thing is also like we're all
Oh, it's
spread
spread out.
around.
Yeah.
So like our population is so spread out.
Yeah.
But the thing that people don't forget is like ube is literally only found in the Philippines.
Mm.
Taro can be found in a lot of
Every
different
place,
Asian
yeah,
countries.
yeah.
So ube is literally made just in our country. It's a very, very specific, root vegetable that's only grown in a specific country. So to think of it like even here, living in the United States and seeing all this ube stuff, I'm like, where are you coming from?
I think I tried something at Happy Accidents. It was called ubebe.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like an alcoholic beverage, and it was like my favorite one there, and they just got rid of it.
Yeah, because they
Oh.
probably, it's because
So
like
you
I
can
said, it's
source
just
it,
like,
yeah.
they're like, that's the thing too, it's just like, is it just like additives? You know what I mean? Because they can't make anything taste like anything.
Anything else?
It didn't even taste like an alcoholic beverage. It was so good.
Yeah, because like when I visit in the Philippines and I get ube stuff, I know it's legit ube. Because it's from there, and you're getting
it's
from
local.
like, it's
Yeah.
local,
So
you
you
get
would,
it.
like question it from here.
Yeah, but like because like even like I will go to like, because like at one time, I was traveling like in Europe and New Zealand, and I'm just like a random town 3 hours away from Madrid, and I'm like, how did you get ube? You know what I mean? Like I understand
Like
if
you
you're
brought
like,
it.
well, yeah, because like if you're like in Madrid, I understand Madrid is a big enough city, but like 3 hours away. But that's what I'm saying. It's just like then you started questioning like the legitimacy of the
whole
actual
food chain,
product.
the supply chain of food.
Yeah, because you're
It's
just
a-
like, are you actually ube? I mean, you have the right color, but like that can be fixed. Purple is a pretty easy color to do,
To
you
fix,
know?
yeah.
And like, and things can taste like, I mean, that's what science is now. I mean, because that's why people are just like, oh, I love Doritos. I'm like, yeah, because it's made from the lab.
Yes.
They literally have scientists to make sure that, it,
You get
you know,
addicted to it.
you get
Yeah.
addicted to it. Exactly. So it's literally made of like, I mean, not cocaine, but like cocaine, like almost addictive, you know what I mean, ingredients. And that's why like you can't eat like one chip, right? So, and I think like that's also like, and to take like, it's okay. I think it's okay for me when like a creator or someone actually either give the history of what they're making, you know what I mean, or at least give a legitimacy and actually like telling
Honor,
that like,
yeah.
like
Honor it.
I think if that creator even said just like this is like my version of banh mi, or like a banh mi fusion, or like an American style banh mi, I think it would have been different. But I think because she claimed, and she also did not pronounce banh mi right, and I'm like, we have Google now. We have Siri now. You can literally say, Siri, how do you pronounce banh mi? How do you pronounce quinoa? You know what I mean? So like if you're going to steal another culture's food, at least
Say it
pronounce
correctly.
it correctly.
Exactly.
Right? But I think for the fact that like she claimed it as like, this is like my banh mi, then you're just like, and also like we are a little bit salty if like that person is also not from that culture. If they're at least half, we'll be like, well, they're like half of
okay.
us.
I feel like that'd be more offensive if they didn't like say it properly.
Because you're like, you're one of us and you can even
Yeah.
say it properly. But I think also like it's a lot of that too. It's
So
just like,
is it called like Christina Columbus banh mi? Is that?
yeah, it's
I
just,
love that joke.
yeah, and it's just, and then
Start a
again,
hashtag in the comment section.
yeah, and it's just like I said, it's just like I'm not gonna go out there and then like put banana on pancakes and inside and just be like this is another like I'm gonna say like this is another style of pancakes. Or like if your kids love bananas, put it in your pancakes. But I'm not gonna be like this is the pancake of 2023. You know what I mean? Or like this is the pancake of like South Carolina. Because I'm just like, no, you put bananas in it.
So I have a friend from Italy, okay, and the way to get him ticked off is to present him with a pizza with pineapples on it. Oh, he gets so mad at
love
this.
that.
Pizza cannot
Imagine
have
pineapple.
pineapple on it.
I love pineapple pizza.
But see, this is the also the upside of America, right? We're a place where it's the melting pot of cultures from all around the world.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I understand his perspective that yes, pizza doesn't have pineapple, but in America, it's a very popular way of.
is.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah. I mean, yeah, bacon and pineapple pizza in like thin crust, and jalapenos.
I was going to say jalapeno pineapple.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
what.
like You have that spicy sweet combination thing that you guys.
I'm all for like the cheese pineapple pizza with nothing else. With
Yeah.
pineapples.
Cheese and pineapple.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think also like the thing like as a chef also is like one thing that I like makes me irate about like creators because some of them are like not culinary trained, right? Some of them, and
Oh,
that's
yes.
okay. I have
Yes.
nothing, I'm not gonna say that like I'm not gonna knock off cooks that like made it on their own. I think grit and perseverance and talent like definitely gets you a long way because like the thing that they even tell us in culinary school is that you can't patent a recipe. You can only patent the technique. That's the thing. So like that's why like a lot of like restaurants that do what is that called? There's a style when they turn things into like gases and bubbles.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh,
that because that technique they can patent that, but nobody can patent a burger. Nobody can patent a pancake, right? So like you have to go outside of your original techniques to actually patent a recipe.
You have to be creative in a way with it.
Yeah, and that's why
So
like
one question I have is people who have like YouTube channels or whatnot, and they're doing cooking shows, right? You don't know how it actually tastes, right? Okay, yeah, it looks nice, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the recipe is you don't know whether they've edited the video to make it like come out right. But I think the real value of a chef is when people actually taste your food and then they comment on it and then they're like, yeah, it's genuine, right?
And like that'd be a perfect
like-
way to settle like the Selena and Hailey Bieber beef is like a cook-off
A
and who
cook-off.
actually cooks the better food.
Yeah.
Have like a cook-off tour, right? Get tickets for it, and like
have-
we're doing chili.
and have like independent, people taste it, and like people who are not taking sides before they get
Yeah, like
into it.
did
and then,
Hailey
Yeah.
really copy her or is she
Good,
actually a
good,
good
good,
cook?
good.
yeah. Yeah.
No, it's just
So-
like I think like definitely there's a lot of things to talk about it, depending also like your culture, your family, like that kind of thing. Also where you grew up from, are you American?
Yes.
Are you like, an immigrant, or are you like, that second generation, third generation? But I think it is like I think it's easier to just like claim something of your own. But also I'm just like, did you Google before you decided to put this on the internet? Because I always was like, once you put that on the internet, everybody can attack you now because you decided this is free information.
I feel like that might be what they want though, is like
Is
that
The attention.
attention. Sometimes I don't really think that people consider what type of attention they're going to get as long as they get it.
Yeah. And then they forget about the consequences and the repercussions, and they're just like, oh, this is a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Because, like they say, it's just like publicity is publicity.
Yes.
There's no bad publicity. And I think there
Yeah.
is such thing as a bad publicity.
Well,
So
I think it depends on like if you're a shrewd businessman, that's a different story. That's not me.
Yeah.
But so I don't go for bad publicity. But like people who can manipulate that and get what they want out of it, maybe for them it's true. But for most of us, I don't think so. I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Yeah, because
No.
it holds
I think
back a
it's
lot of like other opportunities.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
Of
because
course.
even me, with like when I do content and like I know like another creator has like done it, because like I did like a tattoo T-shirt where you can put like temporary tattoos on your
Oh,
plain
that's
T-shirt,
cool.
and then in a couple of wash you can put new ones,
Huh.
or like you can make it permanent by like putting Mod Podge or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought of it. She put it on different items,
Mm.
but I mean it's not that big of a leap from like shoes to a shirt. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like I make sure like I tag her content and tell this just like this is how
is where you got the
where I
idea.
saw the idea,
yeah.
because it is just easy to just be like I created this content.
Yeah.
Because it does give you like it makes it feel like you're like a specialist, right? Or like you thought of it first. But
At the end of
And
the day,
really, you
it's
were like inspired.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what most of us are. Most of us are like inspired.
I mean, look, I think it's actually advantageous to be inspired because now you are leaning on the thousands of years of human history.
Yeah. And also
Right.
like,
So
there's
it's
something
like-
that is patented and true. So like if that thing is like
Yeah.
definitely a good thing, it can't fall out. on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
Cool.
now we're gonna
Shall
go
we do
to
the
our-
next? Yes.
Yes, it's gonna be interesting because like we're both married,
Okay.
right? So it's gonna be an interesting take
Oh,
of
you have
like
I'm going to be the mediator.
yes.
You be the meter.
Yeah. So the title of this is like, woman asks if she was wrong for not wearing a wedding ring and making her colleague think she's single. So so
Okay.
So let's
Is that
hear
the
it.
whole story or is there
no.
more?
that's
So this
the
is the
title.
topic. Yeah.
That's the title. Okay. That's the
So
title. Okay.
I, female 30, started working at a company recently. I get along with most of my coworker, but been having some issues with this guy, Morgan.
Okay.
This guy. Morgan, from what I understand, is what everyone called the handsome guy in the office. We also have those when we're all working in
Okay.
one place. He dated two of his coworkers and hit on several others. He seemed friendly when we talked. He seemed respectable and never asked questions outside of work. He offered to buy me lunch and internet and kept sending me funny memes and stuff. It was nice, but felt a bit too much, so I asked that he stop, and he did. He started sending me pics of him that were inappropriate. I texted him saying that I'm married and that he was being inappropriate. He texted saying I was lying about being married to get him off my back. Then it went on about how nice and attractive he is and how I'm trying to act like I don't like him to get him to try harder. I felt frustrated, especially after he kept sending me pics. Days ago, he sent me an eggplant pic and told me to suck it. I decided to let my husband deal with it. He sent him a text back saying, "Sorry, bud, small objects are a choking hazard for her." Then blocked him. The other day, he came into the office looking furious and confronted me about being misleading by not having a wedding ring on when I am married. I said, I didn't need to prove anything to anybody. and didn't lead anyone on. He said he was trying to get close to me, and I should have told him I'm married from the get-go. I said I was sorry, but he shouldn't have basically tried to enforce a relationship with anyone, regardless if they're a relationship or not. He said that my husband and I were rude and offensive, then rushed out. Other coworkers said Morgan was an a-hole, but I too bear the blame for having my wedding ring not on and being somewhat misleading. I said I don't think I owe anyone an explanation and refused to apologize for what happened just to keep the peace in the office. Am I really the a-hole really for not wearing my wedding ring? Edit. The reason I don't wear my wedding ring is because of skin problems.
I mean, I don't wear a wedding ring because I just don't like anything on my hands. Right? So that's one thing. But my first thought on this whole story, where's the HR department? Right?
I was about to say where this is an HR issue.
Yeah.
But also, like, he's already dated 2 others and he's like flirting. But the thing is, like, she didn't give any information. There's a possibility that maybe he's part of the business family. She didn't say if it was like a big
okay.
family,
Yeah, that's-
like a big business or anything, right? She just said she just
if
started.
it's a small business,
yeah. So
Me
she,
personally, you don't have to wear your wedding ring if you don't want to.
yeah. See, the thing is, like, I don't either. I do it when I remember. Because my husband get really, really sad about it. I mean, not like
Oh.
crazy now.
Yeah.
Because like he's like very, very like, he gets like all panicky when he
He's like,
can't
who
find
are
his
you
ring.
trying to impress?
Yeah. Well, no, it's just like he's one of those weird guys where like when we were actually engaged, he was like all giddy because he was like, oh no, I have a ring in my finger, like
Oh,
like
yeah.
that kind of. I mean, he's just like that kind of person. But like him is like Vivek is like I don't like wedding a ring, and I lost my engagement ring a year after. Like I was engaged because like I like washing my hands very thoroughly.
Yeah.
Because like I'm a chef, then like
Yeah.
it's just habit for me now. So like I will always leave my rings literally everywhere, So like I just kind of just wear them whenever I feel like wearing
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I also feel like very constricted in my fingers, so like I don't really wear rings. But like my husband knows that like, I also don't. But the thing also is like I've been to places where I have my wedding rings. And guys hit on me anyways because I
I was
think it's
gonna
a
say-
challenge.
I was going to say, regardless, too, she said she was married.
Yeah, she said it.
She did say it.
And in the beginning, he backed off.
And
then what
anybody
got
could
into
throw
it?
on I
A
could
ring.
throw on a wedding
Yeah.
ring and pretend I'm married. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like, I mean, we all have a Morgan. Like we all have
It's-
work.
we all know a Morgan.
Yeah, I know.
We
We
know
all
Morgan.
like we all work with a Morgan like one way or another. I met him on the street or like a friend's friend.
Morgan on the
You know what I mean? It's one of those things where like it's really hard as a woman because like we lose either way, right?
Yeah.
So like
kind
we
of.
do the right thing, we lose, and we do the not right thing to them.
And then also there's like this whole like ideology of like people liking people with wedding rings more.
Yeah, it's just like
there's really a lot of ways to look at it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
truthfully.
I just feel like it's kind of annoying too when like other people accept that kind of behavior,
Yeah.
right?
they do.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah, I mean, there's this whole movement about allyship, right? So, like, even if you're a guy, you're still doing things to encourage women to feel safe in the workplace, be there for them, and I would think that this particular workplace needs more of that. Right? The co-workers have to support each other in keeping Morgan in check, right? I mean,
Yeah.
That's what I would think.
You can tell it's a
I
little
think
bit
it's
like
like-
I can tell it's already like a little bit toxic,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
Because like then he has 2 other exes, and he
In
Yeah,
the
flirts,
same
that's
office.
and he
bizarre.
In
flirts
the
with
same office.
and also like he
Like-
flirts with other girls, and it's just like.
How does somebody get away with this in an office situation?
Oh no,
Like,
it's a lot more prevalent than you think.
Yeah?
That's why like, I think like this place is a little bit bigger, but he could be like he has a connection, or maybe he's an higher up.
It's
He could be
possible,
a
yeah.
manager.
That's
like
worse.
no, the
That's
thing
worse,
also
yeah.
is like people think like, oh, where's HR? Like HR is not for the employees.
oh, yeah, there's that
HR
too.
is for the company.
There's that
They
too.
make sure that like things are going for them
Yeah.
than they are for like, for like the employees. And I just feel like also like I said, it's just like I feel like it sucks when you were doing the right thing and other people are chiming in, giving their opinion and making you feel like you're in the
No,
wrong.
but I think this is like a lawsuit waiting to happen, right, against the company. So if there is an HR, it should get involved. I think in this case, there's space for that.
What I find bizarre about the situation is he's like, you're playing hard to get because she said she was married. Like, clearly that's what he likes. He probably likes married women.
I think it's just funny that like her husband sent him a text of like, you know,
Yeah, the
this
husband
is a choking
definitely.
hazard.
Yeah.
And just like my husband will definitely
He
not do that.
solidified
My,
that.
yeah, my husband is not a confrontational person, so just like, but like I said, it's just like I have been out where like I have my wedding ring and I will tell my husband, and you know he gets so annoyed because like because I also had that one time where like I didn't have the wedding ring and the guy was just like, you know, well, you were leading me on. I'm like, no, everybody here knew I was married, okay, and also I don't have to tell you that I'm married because it's not your personal thing. I wasn't flirting with you. And I was like, I even joked to my friends, like, the audacity of that guy to think like he had a chance.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you thought you had a chance with me? Like, hello? Like, no. What even my peripheral vision? Like, the audacity of this man to think he had a chance with me. So, I think either way, like, the situation is just all screwed up. She probably is going to have to find another job. Because, like, if
I
she's
think
already
so.
getting this kind of...
Unfortunately.
Yeah, because like, if she's already getting this kind of treatment with other co-workers, like, this is a very
It's
toxic.
not a place to be in. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so...
Yeah.
And it could negatively affect her relationship. Obviously, it is.
Yeah. Because, like, think about it. It's like, I don't doubt that guy is going to start retaliating on her.
For sure.
Because he's already retaliating now, right? You know what I mean? And then you don't want to... And also, like, I feel bad for her husband because now he's thinking it's just like, you know...
He's like, were you actually doing it for that sort of attention? Or,
Yeah.
you know, were you
Or-
harmless in the situation?
Or even with that, it's just like, even if he does trust her, the annoyance of, like, her coming home and it's just like, well, Morgan is just, like, annoying me again today.
yeah,
You
and
don't
then
need
he's
that
like, well, then
drama.
you
You
need to
don't
wear
need
your
that
ring.
drama.
But you don't want to be forced to wear your ring either.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but
no.
you don't need that kind of drama in your life. It's I think
Yeah.
there should be a way to get rid of Morgan. Either
Morgan is
Morgan
an
is
a-hole.
yeah.
Morgan is the
Morgan's
one.
an a-hole.
Well, I guess that is the show for today. We will see you guys next week. And if you're local New Mexico businesses and you wanted to sponsor and also be featured on the show, please get in touch with us and we would love to partner with you. And we will see you guys next week.